away, like for instance, like David mentioned, that he went too hard for the attack, and Magnus Carlsen just counterattacked and he would lose. That would just be awful. Okay, so he has put his king's pawn 2 squares forward. So this is...
The game started.
There he is.
There he is. And he pushes a pawn forward. This is one... Okay, it's not heading towards your favourite opening Kaya. It's not heading towards the Sicilian knight off, but it is a Sicilian defence by black. This is what Magnus Carlsen plays when he's hoping that he gets a chance to counter-attack. It's not his most solid opening. He first started using it regularly in a World Championship match against Fabiano Caruana in 2018. So he does trust this opening of black, but it does have a really tense and balanced game a bit later on. Probably actually having a thing to do here.
Ready, and I mean, Magnus hardly spent any time on his clock in that first game. He didn't really have to. Will this perhaps get more complicated?
I think you probably actually want to be more tension on the board, but maybe this is also a difference between the players' homework. Magnus clearly spent this morning studying that opening that we saw in the last game, and that really helped him. I mean, that pretty much guided him to victory in that last game. Nepomniachtchi, it looks like he's taking a couple of pauses. Playing slightly quicker now. Maybe he's just trying to freestyle, just trying to get Magnus into a position he hasn't studied before. Different strategy there. We see that black, after a couple of trades of pawns in the centre of the board, white's knight in the centre there, black is now castled, which means moving your king across 2 squares, switching it over. This is something to do to keep the king safe in every game. Very safe, sensible play by Magnus. Probably actually tracing the mission there, just taking the mission back. It's going to be thick and fast.
Yeah, this actually has never been played by Magnus Carlsen himself before, so definitely new territory for him.
That's right, actually one of his coaching team, Daniel Dubov, a Russian, very young Russian player. Magnus said Daniel Dubov inspired him a couple of years ago when they first started studying chess together, and this is one of Dubov's favourite openings. So he's kind of using an idea that one of his friends plays, and I think that's how some people at home as well, when they first started to learn the game, it's really useful to just play with your friends, maybe pick up a few ideas that you like with theirs, try and learn from them, kind of both improve, both push each other to win. That's what even World Champions do now, they use other people to help.
Exactly, and it's a lot more fun, to be honest, to play chess with your friends, a bit of banter, insult each other. And Daniel Dubov, you mentioned him, a player we hopefully get to see later on in the Champions Chess Tour. And is it important actually for Magnus as a world champion to stay humble and keep learning and take ideas also from other chess players? Yeah, I wouldn't use the word humble to describe Magnus. I know. But I mean, he has more of a kind of working relationships where he gets sent information by his seconds and he looks at it and says, I like that or I don't like that. Changes. It's not necessarily humble. Alright, I can imagine.
I think the main thing is he doesn't get complacent. He's always trying to push himself to new levels, so that's what sets him apart. He's always evolving, he's always trying to improve. And actually, if we bring up the board here, we see that Magnus, he's just played a pawn move, but he is trying to take his opponent's bishop. Black's knight there on the left-hand side, he is trying to capture a bishop with that knight. Normally, it's another thing we tell people not to do, especially when they're first starting out the game. Don't put your knights on the edge of the board, but there has to be a reason if you do. Black's knight will soon capture the bishop. Meanwhile, white is also... last move, but he waited one, he was just too slow.
He didn't want to calculate what would happen if he captured that pawn, so instead, okay, it is as you called it, David. The knight has sacrificed that, and now that king is going to make a big line for the remaining white pawn.
That's right.
Yeah.
Have a really trouble black's king, unfortunately for Nepomniachtchi, black's king is just going to come up and gobble that pawn now on the left side. Once that pawn disappears, white only has a knight left. That's not enough material